FEMA role players, folks. You see how they get paranoid and they start running for the transit thing? They're contracted FEMA role players. She just told me she was going to grab my walking stick and she was going to hit me with it. Okay? I want this FEMA role player to grab my walking stick and hit me with it. I really want her to, so she can find out on impact what will happen to her. Okay? I want this FEMA role player. I want this FEMA role player. I'm not following you.
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. Well, I want this FEMA role player to assault and batter me with my stick. So when international intelligence puts her flat down on the ground on impact, she'll know why. You better be real careful, lady. You better be real careful messing around with people where you don't know who they are. You threatened my life, and guess what? That's a problem. You have a very, very serious problem now, lady. You threatened my life, and you're going to have to pay for that. Trust me, you're going to pay for that, FEMA role player. What's going on here? A shit show, a street theater with Homeland Security contracted FEMA role playing. Okay? You know, all of America's like work for food stamp shit? That's what they are. They're a bunch of brown shirt, forthright Nazi brown shirts. FEMA role players. Threatening people's life. This woman had the nerve to threaten my life, and she has no idea who I am. That's going to cost her a whole lot more than it's going to cost me. That's what it is up here at the Detroit DOT Transit, folks. This is Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol yellow notice number 21-22733. This is a big Homeland Security contracted FEMA street theater shit show. FEMA role players. That's what this whole DOT thing in America is. That's the one who just threatened my life with my own walking stick. She threatened my life. She threatened that she was going to grab my walking stick and she was going to beat me down with it. She threatened my life. She stood here and she committed a crime against an international intelligence agent, a protected witness, and the victim in this investigation by threatening my life with my own walking stick. FEMA role players. Sir, you can go ahead. I'm not organized. Thank you. You don't see her reaching for my walking stick to hit me with it, do you? I think she's seeing her FEMA contract go straight out the window right about now. You don't threaten the CIA's life and get away with it. Yeah, lady, yeah. I didn't follow you. You threatened my life. You threatened my life, lady. You threatened my life. Lady, you committed a crime. You committed a crime. You threatened my life. Well, you're going to care because you committed... Because this is where I sit every time. Are you a FEMA role player too? Are you a contracted FEMA role player for street theater too? She threatened my life, sir. She threatened to take my walking stick out of my hand, and she threatened my life with it. Well, you see, you see how that worked out, right? Set it right here in front of me. Easy for anybody who wants to make a move to make a move. Make my day. Make my day, lady. See, folks, this is what America's DHHS work for their food stamps and stuff is. FEMA role players. America's Homeland Security contracted sacrificial pawns who have the nerve, who threatened my life, unaware that I was born one of the most powerful people in the world, okay? Unaware that as soon as this goes through facial recognition, okay, lady, you're gonna wish you took my stick and killed me with it. You're gonna wish you took my stick and you're gonna wish you had killed me. You're gonna wish you had murdered me with my walking stick. You're gonna wish you had murdered me with this walking stick. By the time, oh, you're gonna wish you had killed me with this walking stick. This lady's gonna wish she had taken my walking stick and took my life with it like she threatened me. She's gonna wish she would have took this wooden stick and said she would have murdered me with it. She's gonna wish that she did. You're gonna wish you killed me with this stick, lady. You're gonna wish you killed me with this stick. Your face has already been through facial recognition. You're under real-time satellite surveillance right now with my international security detail. Okay, smile for Interpol. Smile for Interpol. You are talking to, this is Interpol yellow notice number 21-22733. Lady, I was born one of the most powerful and most protected people in the world, and you are under real-time satellite surveillance right now. And I am additionally recording you, and I am going to exploit your identity. And your identity has already come back from facial recognition, and you're gonna wish you had killed me with this stick by the time you figure out what's going on here. You committed a crime and you threatened my life with my own walking stick, and the biggest mistake you made was not carrying out your threat. That's the biggest mistake of your life you made, was not to carry out that threat. Okay, that's as bad as pulling a pistol and not pulling the trigger. That's as bad as pulling a pistol out and not having the nerve to pull the trigger. That's essentially what you did, lady. Lady, you essentially pulled a pistol and didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. You pulled a pistol and you did not have the balls to pull the trigger. And you're gonna find out that was the biggest mistake of your life. You're going to know that. You are going to know that. You're gonna know that, lady. You pulled a pistol and you didn't have the nerve to pull the trigger, and that was a mistake. That's the biggest mistake of one's life. You pulled a pistol, but you didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. You pulled a pistol on me, but you didn't have the balls to pull the trigger, you racist. You racist. You racist. You pulled the pistol, but you didn't have the nerve to pull the trigger, you racist. You Homeland FEMA contracted role-playing racist who pulled a pistol but didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. That's the biggest mistake of your life. You're gonna know that. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna have much pleasure with this lady. I'm gonna have much pleasure with this. You don't know. You have no idea who you messed. You have no idea whose life you just threatened. You have no idea whose life you threatened. You pulled a pistol but didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. That's the biggest mistake you could have ever made in your life. You should have took this stick and you should have murdered me with it on the spot like you threatened. Lady, you pulled the pistol and you didn't have the nerve to pull the trigger. You're a racist. You're a racist, and you're a racist, and you're a criminal, and you committed a crime, and you threatened my life. You pulled a pistol and you didn't have the nerve to pull the trigger. You're a Homeland FEMA contracted role-playing racist. And you're about to be exposed and exploited, and you put your own life in danger is what you did. You have succeeded in putting your own life in danger.
And Hollywood.
But she looks like she's got a lot to be happy in life. Well, that's what that angry mug is about. Look at that angry hate. That's hate. That's racist hate. That's racist hatred. They hate. Betcha she's an AB negative or an A negative bloodline. But just hate. Hateful racist. Hate. Ooh, they're hateful. Ooh, mean, nasty, and hateful. I guess if I lived like that, I'd probably have a mean old curled up lip too. Don't threaten my life to beat me down with my own walking stick, but ain't got the nerve to do it. Lady, you pulled a pistol when you didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. That's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. You've already come back through facial recognition. I know your whole identity is going to be exploited, lady. Your FEMA contractor role-playing days are over. Homeland's going to put a target on your back because you got your cover exposed. You were supposed to protect your cover at all costs. See, that's what they're doing down there at that transit. It's a whole FEMA role-playing shit show of these homeless role players. Same thing with Van Dyke, all the way from 8 Mile and Van Dyke to 12 Mile. It's all Homeland Security and FEMA contracted role players, and you'll see all these homeless people out there. And they got the homeless people in their pajamas and stuff. They're not homeless. They're Homeland Security contracted FEMA role players begging for change and everything. They got Jennifer out there. You can always see her on the corner of 8 and Van Dyke, from 8 and Van Dyke to 12 and Van Dyke. At any one of those bus stops in her red, white, and blue nightgown. She's a Department of Homeland Security FEMA contracted role player. It's a whole shit. So these people, they got to work for their food stamps, is what it is. They got to work for their food stamps and their Section 8 and their SSI. And that's why Social Security ain't going to be there for the retards who paid into it. This lady's going to wish she took my stick and killed me with it. Lady, you're going to wish you had killed me. You're going to wish. You're going to wish you had carried out the crime you had threatened and took my motherfucking stick and killed me with it. You're going to wish you did. You're going to wish you did, and the biggest mistake you've ever made was by not doing it. That was the biggest mistake in your life you ever could have made, was not to do it. Yeah, it was a big mistake. You should have. You should have, lady. You should have. Never pull a pistol if you don't have the balls to pull the trigger. That's the quickest way to get yourself killed, pulling a pistol but ain't got the balls to pull the trigger. That's how they hide. You see that one? She's been ducking under there. They put on their COVID minion muzzles. the role players, and they start pulling their hoods over their face. That's what they do. You see that one in the brown over there? They were talking shit back there when we first started. I don't know if the video picked it up or not, but the role players back there were running their mouth tongue shut. I think they figured out real quick they'd be best to shut their mouth before they end up in the same position that this woman put herself in. This lady here has put herself and her whole family in danger. She has put herself and her entire whole family in danger by committing a crime and threatening my life and threatening me with a deadly weapon, threatening to take my own walking stick and hit me with it. This woman's gonna wish, she's gonna wish she had took this stick and killed me. Lady, you're gonna wish, you're gonna wish, you're gonna wish every last day that you are gonna be allowed to live. You're gonna wish, you're gonna wish, you're gonna wish you would have carried out your threat. Lady, you committed a crime, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. And guess what? Your family's gonna pay. That's who I am, lady. That's who I am. That's who I am. I am a force to be reckoned with, lady. You have no idea. I am one of the most powerful and protected people in the world, lady. You have no idea what you have done in the position you have put yourself and your family in. You have no, no, she threatened my life with my own walking stick. See, she threatened my life with my walking stick, and that was the biggest mistake she ever could have made in her life. She should have took my stick and she should have killed me with it, is what she should have did. She committed a crime. She threatened my life. She threatened my life. And she essentially compares to pulling a pistol but not having the balls to pull the trigger is what it compares to. Not a very smart thing to do, especially when you don't know who I am. But guess what? I know who you are. And everybody else is too. And I don't think you're going to have your role-playing gig much longer, lady. I don't think you're going to have your role-playing gig much longer. You tried to gang stalk the wrong person. Okay? I wrote the manual, lady. I wrote the manual. You tried to gang stalk the wrong person. You threatened my life with my own walking stick, and that's not going to be forgiven or forgotten. Got some V2K going on over there, folks. V2K. See that artificial telepathy and V2K go? Did you see it? Did you see the V2K going on? Yeah, that's what's going on. V2K, targeted individual, the gang stalking program, right? CIA operated, cult of Scientology, Department of Defense contracted, targeted individual, gang stalking, role playing, mind control program. Lady, I am the master in mind control. I wrote the manual on psychological warfare. Are you a TI, sir? Are you a TI? Well, guess what? You might be now, because you targeted the wrong person. I'm the one that wrote the manual, lady. I wrote it. Don't let the gang stalkers get ya. Have a good night. It's a Homeland shit show, folks. It's a Homeland Security shit show. It's what they call street theater. CIA operated cult of Scientology and Department of Defense sacrificial pawns for working for their food stamps. America's sacrificial pawns, gang stalking targeted individual. So that's what V2K looks like, folks. That's what V2K looks like. Artificial telepathy, V2K. Operated by America's kidnapping, human organ sex, and satanic occult trafficking, murdering terrorists from a DARPA super military computer. They talk to these people by real-time satellite, the same technology that we're using, and they literally put voices, thoughts, and reactions in their head that are not their own. An intelligence agent speaks into the microphone, and it translates into a voice in their own thoughts. And sometimes they can mimic the voice of others. And see, as you can see, they answer it back. But the thing is, they don't know who they're talking to. Okay, they have no idea. They have no idea that they are being used by a United States military intelligence agent for purposes of psychological warfare, hidden and legalized under pharmaceutical research. That's how America that's how America legalizes their kidnapping, trafficking, and murdering operations under the keywords of research. Research and the Patriot Act, which comes with a $30,000 ticket on one's head. And that's the problem that Macomb County Corporate Council is having right now. CIA, Macomb County Corporate Council, U.S. Army, private corporate military contracted KMG. That's a problem they're having, carrying out a $30,000 Patriot Act ticket on my head. They've wasted over $80,000 of the dumb American taxpayers' money trying to carry out a $30,000 ticket to save their own lives. Okay, let's get ready. It's gonna tell me she's gonna take my stick and hit me with it. It looks like somebody hit her with the ugly stick. The butt ugly stick. A real beast hybrid. They're real humanoid hybrid beasts. Look at. Psychological warfare and mind control. I wrote the manual. I wrote the Department of Defense, the United States Air Force's highly classified military mind control manual, and I also wrote the revised, updated version up in the motherfucking cosmos that these dumb motherfuckers don't have the necessary frequency or intellect to read. With my own stick. I can't believe these. I can't believe they're trifling. I'm telling you, they're trifling here in America. They're trifling. Gonna threaten me with my own stick. Okay? This bitch threatened me. Threatened to kill me. Threatened my life. Threatened my life with the deadly weapon that this wooden stick is. But guess what? She ain't got the balls to carry through on her threat. Okay? Now that's about as dumb as pulling a pistol with no bullets or not having the balls to pull the trigger. Deadly mistake, right? Yeah. That was a dumb thing to do. That was a dumb thing to do. Keep in mind, I was supposed to feel threatened and intimidated and in fear of my life. Keep that in mind as you watch this video and enjoy the shit show that it is. I was supposed to feel intimidated, threatened, and in fear of my life.
If looks could kill, if you could just see the look, if looks could kill, the psychological torture I'm putting this hateful, mean, nasty, racist who threatened my life with a deadly weapon, and while I was supposed to be sitting here feeling intimidated and threatened. Look at this thing, look at this, look at her. Pathetic. These people are trifling, foul, trifling,